Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Wintuition NTG. My name's Wyatt, and today we have some more high-power EDH for you, themed around the new set, Tarkir DragonStorm. Before that, though, I'd like to take one moment and thank our sponsor, TOA Magic. If you'd like to support us and them while saving, you can visit their website, toamagic.com, and use our code WINTUITION at checkout to get 5% off your entire order. This includes everything on their site from Power 9, their high-end foils, and maybe even just sealed product you might be looking for. Once again, that's TOA Magic, Eternal lives here. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the game. In today's game, we're joined by our friend Thomas playing Teval, Premature Excavation. Ryan is playing his Felothar, Throwing the Booty deck. Zach is playing his Elsha, I Thought Monks Were Supposed to Be Peaceful list. And lastly, I'm playing Nerriv, Enter the Dragon. Alright, let's go ahead and get into our game here. DragonStorms of Tarkir. Anyone have any pre-game effects?
Nope.
Alright, start us off.
Okay. Going to draw. And I'm going to play an Underground Mortuary to surveil one.
He's ramping, yet.
I will keep that on top and out.
Alright, I will draw and immediately become the target. I will play Command Tower and tap it for a white and a Deafening Silence.
Sure.
Each player can only cast one non-creature spell each turn.
Let's see.
That does, in fact, make you into my target.
Right?
Yeah, it kind of hoses the spell slinger down.
Yeah, it does.
And that's my turn. Good luck.
Play a Sacred Foundry tapped.
What's the opposite of a Timmy?
Spike.
A spike. Yeah.
Yeah.
Play a Mox Amber.
Okay.
And I will pass.
I'm going to play a Scrubland. I'm going to play a Mox Diamond. I'm going to discard a Mountain. And I'm going to pass.
Shock in a Watery Grave. 2 to play a Mesmeric Orb.
Nice.
And I will pass.
Is that the mill one?
Yep.
It is.
Nice.
Not
Untap.
the one I thought it was.
Mill.
Still don't love that because I took out the...
The breach.
Yeah.
I will get a forest out. Tap the forest for a soul ring.
Uh-huh.
Tap the command tower for a black. The soul ring for 2. And get a wall of limbs out. It's a 0/3 defender. Whenever I gain life, I put a +1/+1 on it. And then I can pay 2 swamps and 5, sacrifice this creature. Player loses life based on this creature's power.
Untap. Mill 1. My Teamer Battle Rage. No. I'm going to play a Sea of Clouds.
Mm-hmm.
It will enter untapped unless someone's conceding. I will pass the turn.
Untap, upkeep, draw. I'm going to play my land for turn as a Luxury Suite. I'm going to play a Zergo Stormrender. Mobilize 1. Whenever creature token I control leaves the battlefield, draw a card if it was attacking. Otherwise, train each opponent for 1. Pass.
Next. I'll untap. I will mill 2. I'm going to mill a Gravecrawler and a Lightning Greaves.
Mm-hmm.
Play a Forced. I'm going to play a Chromox, pitching a Prosperous Innkeeper underneath it. And I will tap 4 to bring out Teval. The Balanced Steel. And I will pass the turn.
Alright. Oh, I'll untap 3. Milling. Oh, Bilbo. A Swords. And a Godless Shrine. Get an access tunnel out.
Okay.
And then I will tap out again. And get Bador Ancestral's Voice.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my turn.
Play a Snow-Covered Mountain for turn. Then we will tap for red, a blue, and a white to bring out Elsha, Threefold Master. And I will pass.
I'll move to my turn, and when I untap, I have to mill 3 cards of Mesmeric Orb. I will mill an Urborg, a Mountain, and a Silence. I will draw for turn. I will play my land for turn as a Plains instead. I'm going to tap for 4. I'll play Nerriv. Creature that I control entered this turn would deal damage, deals twice the damage. I'll move to combat. Sorry, this one's going to Zach, and this one's going to you.
I'm going to block your mobilize with my Baitor.
I will take 3.
I will gain 3.
That is lifelink.
And then I'll put a +1 on my wall.
Damn. All right, well, I'll draw a card for my creature dying while attacking, and I'll pass a turn.
Go to my turn. I'll untap. I have to mill 4.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to mill a Crop Rotation, a Colossal Grave Reaver, a Polluted Delta, and a Growth Spiral. Island Slam. Cast this Sword of Feast and Famine.
That's pretty good.
If that resolves, I would like to move to equip it.
It's pretty good.
So Teval is now 6/6 pro black and green with flying. I mean, he did gain life. So I will attack you for 6. I have an attack trigger in a mill 3. I mill a swamp, a 3 visits, and a Will of the Teamer. And I get to return a land card from your graveyard. Battlefield. Tapped. I'm going to get a Polluted Delta. When that leaves the graveyard, I'm going to get Black Zombie Druid creature token. When that deals combat damage to you, you have to discard a card, and I will untap all lands I control.
I will discard this Riftstone Portal, so now all my lands can tap for a swamp or plains. Thank you.
Sounds good. I will untap.
Or, I'm sorry, forest or plain, not swamps.
I say on your untap, don't you have Mesmeric War Trigger for mill first?
I do. When I untap these lands, I will mill 5, and a mill an island, a swamp, an ancient tomb, a Cabal Coffers, and a shifting woodland.
Oh, Lord. Hey, you don't have land recursion, do you?
I'm going to sack my Polluted Delta, losing 1. I'm going to find a tropical island. I would like to tap 4 to cast a Blossoming Tortoise. When it enters the battlefield or attacks, I mill 3 cards and return a land card from my graveyard to the battlefield tapped. And then activated abilities of lands I control are 1 less to activate. So I'm going to mill 3. Altered Dementia, Dread Return, and Mystical Tutor. I'm going to get Shifting Woodland back onto the battlefield tapped. When that happens, I get another 2/2 Black Zombie Druid creature token. I believe that is my turn. I'll pass.
All right. I will untap 4. Overgrown Battlement, a Towering Viewpoint, my homeboy, the Canopy Gargantuan, and Assault Formation.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that one hurts.
So we can agree Thomas is the target, right?
We'll just go to combat. And my nice little flying guy, you don't have any reach, right? Okay.
Take 3.
Yep. And then
You gain 3.
I gain 3. I get another counter. I'm going to tap 3 colorless. And get a Weathered Sentinels out. Defender, Vigilance, Reach, Tramp. Now I'm going to move to my end step. So I will put 3 1/1 counters on my new Weathered Sentinel buddy. That'll be me.
Untap, milling 3. My Volcanic Island. Kaikar Wind's Fury.
That's a good one.
And Gamble.
That's another good one.
Yep, because there's next to no tutors in this. Draw for turn. Okay, we're going to go and tap 4 for a Zada Hedron Grinder.
Scary.
Sure would be if I had knocked 4 things to cast. I will... No one has an open field, so I will pass turn.
Untap. Mill 5. It'll be a Ranger Captain, Ancient Tomb, Smothering Tide, Swamp, and Anguish of Making. Draw return. Land for turn. Swamp. I'm gonna tap for 2 and play a Felothar Stone. Hey, we had a slight issue with the iPad here, and when we were setting it back up, we accidentally increased Thomas's life total by 3, but it didn't end up mattering in the long run of the game. Tap for 4, and I'm gonna play Enduring Courage. Whenever another creature I control enters, it gets +2/+2, or +2/+0 inside a turn, and haste. And when this dies, it comes back as an enchantment. I'll move to combat. I'm gonna declare Zurgo.
I have a 5/8 and a 2/5.
Actually, I'm gonna swing Zurgo here. I have a mobilize trigger. I'll have a 1/1 come in, tapped and attacking. It'll get +2/+0 until end of turn. I'm also gonna have that come here.
Okay. block the 3/1 with one of my 2/2s.
Okay.
And then I'll take 3 commander.
No, he is not my commander. Yeah, it's just 3 normal. I will have a creature that was attacking die, so I'll draw 1 card. Pass turn.
Cool. I'll untap. Remove 6, 7 permanents. So I will mill 7. Takanuma, Abandoned Mire, Strip Mine, Dark Ritual, Forest, Parried Ruin, Sudden Spoiling, and Archaeomancer. I'm going to shock in and Overgrown Tomb. Tap 3 because my land abilities are 1 less. To activate Shifting Woodland to make it a copy of my Colossal Grave Reaver.
I'm going to respond to the activation.
Okay.
I'm going to Deflecting Swat your target.
Okay.
Let me see what else you got going on here.
Maybe you should have done that first.
Yeah, I'll target Gravecrawler with the Deflecting Swat. Because I think otherwise he just makes... he dumps his deck out. It's so scary.
I'm going to pay 1 and cast Gravecrawler for my graveyard.
Hell yeah. 2 Gravecrawlers.
These 2 Gravecrawlers. I'm going to get a Teval trigger. I'm going to get a 2/2 Druid. And then he did his job. I'm going to sacrifice him and my 2 tokens. Flashback my Dread Return to get a Colossal Grave Reaver.
I tried to stop it. It's still really scary.
Yeah.
When I flashback Dread Return, I get a 2/2. And then when Colossal Grave Reaver enters, I get a 2/2.
And an ETB on him.
And an ETB on Colossal Grave Reaver. This is an Exo. I'm going to mill 3 cards. Crucible Worlds, Demonic Tutor, and Uro.
Okay, you get an Uro.
I get an Uro. Uro ETB. I gain 3. Draw a card. I have to put a land from my hand onto the battlefield. I'm going to get a Foreboding Landscape. And Uro will sacrifice it.
Sorry.
Okay.
The worst part is these aren't casts, these are just returns.
Yeah.
Tap 4 to play a Kero Goldkeeper. This is a 3/3 with flying, and whenever one or more cards leave the graveyard during my turn, I create a treasure token. I will go to combat. I would like to say now that Mesmeric Orb is separate instances of mill, so every creature I mill off of Mesmeric Orb will trigger Colossal Grave Reaver. So I will go to combat. Yeah, I'm going to attack Wyatt with the Teval. I'm going to attack Zach with my Blossoming Tortoise.
How big is the Blossoming Tortoise?
It's
a 3/3.
a 3/3. But I do have 2 attack triggers. I'm going to do Teval's first. Mill 3. Shriekwail. Gaia's Cradle. Breeding Pool. So I'm going to get Gaia's Cradle back from Teval's trigger, getting me a 2/2. And I'm going to get a Shriekwail back from Colossal Grave Reaver. It made 2/2. And I'm going to hit a non-black creature. What does Zada do?
Zada is anytime I cast an instant or sorcery that targets just it, I can copy it for each creature I control.
That seems bad. Unless I'm getting your commander off.
Yeah,
I'm going to hit that.
Okay.
Okay, so that's with the first trigger. Now I have a Blossoming Tortoise trigger. Verdant Catacombs, Gemstone Caverns, and an Entomb. So no Colossal Grave Reaver trigger.
Thank God.
But I will get probably this Strip Mine into play. Just why not? I get a 2/2. I've been missing triggers, but I'll start doing them now. I get a treasure token.
Okay.
Goalkeeper. Okay, so now move to damage.
Yeah, that's no blocks. It's 6, right?
6, yes. And then 3 for Blossoming Tortoise.
I'm going to discard Dragon Tempest.
Food treasures.
On hit, I untap all my lands, which will be 9.
I think this is just game, unfortunately.
So Mesmeric Orb will mill 9. Azusa, Finale Devastation, Hedge Maze, Barrenmoor, Uborg 6, Academy Ruins, and Animate Dead. It's not as bad as it could have been. But I do get a 6 and Azusa but Lost but Seeking into play, getting me 2 more 2/2s and 2 more treasure tokens. Hey, I'm sorry, everybody. We missed this at the time, but Thomas had already cast Dread Return this turn, so when he cast this Rhystic Study here, he actually wouldn't have been able to do so. Theoretically, he would have been able to do so next turn, and it doesn't really change the course of the game. I'll tap 3 and cast a Rhystic Study.
Seems good.
Shifting Woodlands will go back to being a land, and I'll pass.
Untap 3, Milling, Manivolt, Elephant Druid, and Kolfnir Zern. On my turn, I'll draw. I'm going to play a land for turn, and then I'm going to tap 4. Well, yeah, 4, and get my commander out.
Okay.
And with my commander out, now creatures with Defender can attack as if they didn't have Defender, and all my creatures deal damage based on their toughness.
Wait, Ristic Study trigger on your commander. You paying 1?
I can pay 1.
Okay.
Who's this heuristic study?
I-
Oh, yeah, you're the problem. I'm definitely paying 1. Yes, sorry.
Right. I don't know what I'm doing.
I'm going to send both these at, well, this guy at you.
Okay.
He's going to be essentially 8 damage coming at you.
8 damage.
With Defender, Vigilance, Reach, Trample.
Okay.
And then I'm going to tap this one, send it at Wyatt,
Okay.
and it's going to be essentially 5 heading your way.
In the air, I'll take 5.
Yep.
And then a 3/8 you said?
11 damage.
Indestructible. The indestructible is the more
Yes,
important part of
yes.
that.
I'm going to just throw 5 in front of it.
Do you want to just throw 1 because you don't?
It has trample.
Oh, it has trample.
Yeah,
It has trample. Jesus.
So
Does
I'm
have
going to take
words.
1 damage
Okay.
and lose 5 guys.
Okay. And then I'm going to put 5 counters on
So you're
somebody.
moving end step.
Yeah, I'm going to move to end step now.
Okay.
And put 5 counters on my commander.
You gotta be careful about it. Shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that'll be my turn.
Untap 4. Melee Mana Confluence, a Rogrin Triome, Talisman of Conviction, and a Balmor Battle Mage Captain. 2 for a Draenith Magistrate.
I will promise you I will keep throwing my wall at him.
Ristic Study trigger.
I will not pay. And I will pass.
All right. Untap. Upkeep. 1, 2, 6, 7 cards milled. Amonkhet Raceway. Farewell. Battle Angel Tier. Secret Foundry. Bloodstained Mire is 5. Fairy's Protection 6. Motherfucker. If it was 1 less permanent, I could. The last one's fucking Underworld Breach. Draw for turn. Land for turn command tower. God, that sucks. Tap my planes. Play a Soul Ring.
Ristic Study.
I'm gonna pay.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna tap for 5. And I'm gonna play Twin Flame Tyrant. If a source I control would deal damage to an opponent or permanent, it deals double that damage. So with Nerriv, it deals 4 times. Enduring Courage is gonna give it +2/+0 haste until end of turn, so it's a 5/5.
Here's a Ristic Study trigger.
Oh yeah, I will pay 1.
Okay.
I'm gonna move to combat. I'm gonna. You have your Reacher.
Yeah.
Does he have Death Touch? Is that what that's at?
No, nobody has Death Touch yet.
It's not ideal, but I'm gonna move to combat. I'm gonna declare Nerriv and Twin Flame Tyrant going at Thomas. I'm gonna declare Zergo going across here. And I'm gonna declare, because I'm probably cooked anyway, doesn't matter about having a blocker. I'm gonna swing the Enduring Courage at you, Ryan, because your Lifelinker is tapped.
Do you want it as an enchantment?
Well, if it hits you, it'll deal 6, so it's up to you.
What's its toughness?
3?
All right, I will block it with my 5/8.
Sure. All right. I also have a mobilize that trigger on attack. I'm gonna make a 1/1 come in, tap and attacking. That's also gonna be going at Ryan. I
What's
think.
its max damage it can do?
It'll hit for 6. It'll actually hit for 6/12. It'll deal 12 damage to whatever it hits.
I'm just going to take 6.
I'm doing damage tribal, baby. That's all I'm here to do.
Why didn't you send it at the threat?
I sent a lot at him, actually.
I thought about sending Zergo back to your hand, but I was like,
Okay.
Okay. So I have a 4/5 and a 5/5 quadruple damage.
The 5/5 does quad damage. This one does double.
Okay. Do any of them have trample? No.
No. Did you take the damage?
12.
Okay.
I'm going to then tap 3 to activate Shifting Woodland
Okay.
to make it a copy of Altar of Dementia.
Okay.
Then I will move 2 blocks. I'm going to block
I really thought that was just creatures.
any planet. Let's see, Torfung Pirate with 6.
Okay.
And the dragon with my Keru Goldkeeper.
Okay.
After blocks declared but before damage, sack them to alter dimension.
Sure.
And I do 6 first, and mill 2. Okay. Mystic Remore,
Okay.
Lotus Petal, no hit. Then Keru Goldkeeper. 3. Arcane Signet, Worldly Tutor, and Force of Negation. No hits.
All right. And that's it for me.
Okay.
On my end step, I have sacrificed this because it wasn't attacking. Each opponent's going to lose 1 life.
Also on your end step, I'm going to tap these and fizzle the mana.
Okay.
Okay, let's see what we hit. We untap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 permanents.
Turtle.
12 permanents, thank you. Misty Rainforest, the Party Tree, Worn Soul Trader, 3, 4's Mox Diamond, 5's Ashiok Dream Render, Lonely Sandbar, Sidisi, Regent of the Mire, Secure Tribe Elder, Vampiric Tutor, Deeproot Wayfinder is 10, Mistrise Village is 11, and was it 12? Okay. Bayou. These go in here. I get all 4 of these into play. That will activate Teval 4 times, getting 4 2/2s, going up to 6. Okay. Then I will draw for turn. I'm going to pay a black to cast a Grave Crawler.
You cannot cast anything from your graveyard.
I cannot. You're so
Nowhere
right.
but from hand.
I'm going to tap 3. I also So I tap 3 to play Eternal Witness. ETB trigger. I'm going to return a Animate Dead to my hand. I'm going to sacrifice the Shriekmaw to Warren Soul Trader, losing life, creating a treasure. 2 to Animate Dead.
Okay, that is your first non-creature spell of the turn.
It is. I'm going to be targeting Shriekmaw. When it comes in, I'm going to target the Dragon's Magistrate.
We're probably just cooked, unfortunately.
No, we probably are. Try to slow things down here. I'll tap for 2. Cast a Snap. Targeting your commander.
Okay. In response, I'm just going to tap Gaia's Cradle to float 17 green mana.
Jesus.
Yeah, we're probably just unfortunately done. He's just got too much value.
So 2. And then it bounces my hand.
And Dranis will then die to the Shriekmaw.
Yes, and I hate to do this, but on your
Prowess trigger of that, I'm not paying. I can't pay.
Okay, so I'm going to sack a treasure, use 2 of the green floating, and then a blue to recast Teval. How do I go about doing this? I sack a treasure to cast Gravecrawler out of my graveyard.
Okay. Is this mana neutral with Warren Soul Trader?
It is mana neutral with Warren Soul Trader. The problem that I have right now is that I lose life. I'm going to use 3 with my floating mana to do the Shifting Woodlands into Alter Dimension again. I am just going to go one by one. So 2. Pact of Negation, Boseiju, Spore Frog, and Muldrotha. I'm going to get a Muldrotha. Getting another guy. Sack that guy.
Get a treasure on that too.
No, I don't have him.
Oh, yeah, your guy's dead. Yep. Sorry.
Bonnie Paul and Underground. So I'm going to get a Bonnie Paul. I'm going to get a big bow.
You losing life on each of these, or?
Nope.
Okay, you said you. Oh, the Warren Soul Trader was how you were losing life.
Yeah.
I got you.
Still not finding what I want. Mill 2. Diabolic Intent. Under city sewers. You know, I'm just gonna sack Bonnie Paul. Make it faster.
Mill 6.
Mill 6. Ottawara.
Did you get your Ox?
Relic.
That's this one.
Yes.
You can sack that boy too.
Yeah. Shieldred, the Whispering One. Titania. Will, the Abzan. Life from the Loam. Jeez, where is it? I guess I'm gonna get a Titania back and get a... Doesn't really matter at this point. On Ground City, I'm gonna get 2 2/2s. Sack a 2/2. L2.
Yes, it's all just the one dragon creating, doing all the damage.
Well, this is letting him bring creatures back, which is like his main engine. As far as damage, he doesn't have anything that's doing damage just at the moment. Now he does.
So now that I've found that,
he can use Gravecrawler and Warren Soul Trader, right?
yes. So that will net neutral life for me, net neutral mana. However, I'm going to continuously cast Gravecaller and sack them to trigger Blood Artist.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the out. I would like to point out, you do have to pick an order.
An order. So let's see who's. I'm going to start with Zach since he is the most.
Okay.
I mean, I have cast my only non-creature spell for turn.
That is true. You're tapped out. So I guess then you still have
Own home.
I'm gonna hit you and then
Okay. It mattered because if you killed him first, that freed up the deafening silence.
Yeah, no, I was not getting rid.
And then I was gonna grape shot you with a storm count of a lot.
Oh god.
GG's, guys.
Yeah, GG's.
GG's.
Congratulations to Thomas for winning today's game of Tarkir DragonStorm Commander. As you can see, we clearly weren't ready for how fast he was able to just reanimate things out of his graveyard, and he overran us with value. Speaking of which, we're going to give this week's MVC to the Colossal Grave Reaver. It's a new dragon from the set, and this thing is a unit. If you just have a way to trigger it, like once or twice a turn with single or maybe 2-3 card mill, it is a house of a card. Hopefully you enjoyed, and we'll see you next week with some more CDH. My name's Wyatt, and have a nice day.